this is a show. People are depending on you to be entertaining, to get people to watch, obviously, because it's all Twitch is about numbers. But on the same token, I want to have fun, so you got to split that. But a game by yourself, it's like, be considerate of all the other players. Obviously, don't be one of those fucking D&D bomb people. Those people suck. But like, have fucking fun. Like, I can make an absurd Dragonborn. It's super exciting. Yeah, exactly, Shism. There's nothing worse than that fucking, what would you even call it? What is that dead character? That person that makes a character that's just meant to sabotage everybody else or die constantly? I don't know if there's a name for that, but I've played multiple times with those people, and that's, oh, exhausting. Flying Circus Monkey, if you don't have a grinder, dude, literally, you can just tear it up with your fingers, but just know a lot of pollen will stick to your fingers. Use like a tiny knife or something and just chop it like you would onions. The only reason to chop it up into tiny pieces is more surface area for the flame to hit. If you put big chunks in there, you could burn it and like the middle just will never burn. It'll just be like this beautiful golden nug in the middle that'll just rot on the outside and turn all black and it'll never burn. So the smaller, you don't want it dust, but you know, a nice fine like basil. Like if you get basil at the store, you know, or basil. Dio, I like bongs because I can control my high better. Weed will never last very long. Like no matter how much weed, like, oh man, how did I put it one time? Smoking insane amounts of weed right now will not make my high last longer. I'll just be super high for like an hour to an hour and a half. But within 2 to 3 hours, the effects are pretty much gone no matter what. So I like a bong because I don't need to smoke the whole bowl at once. I can just take little hits and keep myself at this nice little high for a longer time than if I just fucking rocked that one bowl, you know? Basil of Baker Street. Ooh, I used to have a Santa Cruz shredder. Now I have a Kozo grinder that I got off Amazon, but I really like it. Yeah, I have a vape too, and it's just like mini hits, because I don't want to be... I rarely seek being very high. I have to have a really bad day if I want to be really high. Oh, fuck. Oh, look, Mum! No hands! Alright.
Do you ever wonder why the Germans didn't take their tanks with them when they left?
I've made a map. There's a hole in the fence, inside the dump. You just have to get in here, get the key, and cut the power. Then
Cheers.
Sneak out into the darkness while I rob them blind. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
How do I cut the power?
The general keeps the keys in his desk.
You want me to break into the general's office?
Any way you can scotch the power is fine by me, lad. I'll meet you back at the train station.
Alright.
What if they spot me?
I'd run. They don't have a lot of ammunition.
Tank is
but they're
dank.
terribly
Oh, I like
handy
that.
with their bayonets.
That's your plan B? Run?
Well, you could ask
She's
them for
smoking
some
herself,
of their famous
ladies.
hot buttered crumpets, but I wouldn't recommend it.
They can't run very fast. They're all old farts, like me.
Thank you very much. It's one of my favorite alerts, dude.
Ollie,
Such a
let's see that
nostalgic
map you made.
sound. Read. 2 bags of sugar, fire, water, etc. Look at all those tanks. Sally and I used to go and stare at them. Wonder if they were fun to drive. She wanted to be a rocket ship pilot, but I think a tank would have made her reasonably happy. The grown-ups tried very hard never to be somewhere they could see the tanks or the military camp, and it being out in the rubble wasn't too hard for them. I wonder why the germs left them behind. I mean, once they had the kids, didn't they need the tanks because the Soviets were smashing them to pieces in the East? There's a very real chance I shall go and get myself killed. It's an odd sensation. On the one hand, I'm absolutely terrified. On the other, I haven't had an adventure since Sally fucked off. We used to think I'd run into her. How have I never run into her? It's been 14 years. I want her to explain to me how she could have ever done that. And I don't want to. I want to forget the whole horrid, sordid thing and to be 2 musketeers again. I used to have a whole speech memorized. Or maybe she's already got a new musketeer. A girl like Sally makes new friends so easily. The lads across the street would literally stop talking and watch her go by. It's always got a kick out of that. She always got a kick out of that, excuse me. Oh, Christ. This is not what I signed up for when I went off Joy. All I wanted to do was get the hell out. I mean, to find Percy. Can't I bloody pick and choose what memories I get back? Well, if I... Oh, fuck. Thanks, Lilith.
Sleeping potion for those chaps on the bridge.
Something about bayoneted. Lilith was done with that. She just slammed her nose into my controller. What are you doing? Licking my chest. All right. Aw, dude, go sleep. I know. Go sleep. Thank you for coming by today. You're awesome. Enjoy your emotes. Sleep well. Tomorrow's my day off, so I won't be around if anyone's gonna look for me. It's my one day off. Oh, Shizm, no! Shizm, it's good to take that breath, though, and you know what? We say this all the time here. A good cry is really healthy. It literally releases stress hormones and shit. If you need to fucking just cry, let it happen. Nurse it. Sometimes when I feel like I need to cry, but I can't quite do it. Brandy Buck, thank you for the host. If I can't quite do it, I will watch a movie like Selena or some movie that I know will fucking make me bawl my eyes out. And just the sad movie will like instigate it, and I'll just keep crying, and it helps so much release that shit. My God. Yeah? Fucking weirdo. Yeah, you're so weird. You're a big weirdo. Lilith hates backstory. I know, she's like, Mom. Tomorrow's day off, though. She is spoiled. We shall never surrender. All right, good. Oh. Hanky for all die regen. Oh, is that? Oh, Donkey. Donkey for all D regen Führer Rommel. Thank you for all the what? What does that mean? What's regen? Regen? Thank you for all the... What does that say? And Germans, help me. Thank you for all the rain. Rain? Regen. Oh, I didn't know that. Is it a bit wrong? Maybe that's... my German's not great. I haven't been to Germany for a couple years. I said Brandy Buck. That's Brandy Buck's name. It should be Donkey for Alden Regan. Oh, instead, die. Okay. It is a different message. Yeah, I'm not 100% like what went down. No, little one. Just lick my can. She's gonna be the end of me. I love her so much, though. I just can't stop. How do you not love her? Ooh, sleep. Yes, please. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour. Yes.
It's been a hard day's night, that was.
Thanks for all the fish, baby. And thanks for all the fish. Which is shitty, to be fair. I mean, you know what I think is interesting? Everybody talks about how you guys have the shittiest weather in the world. But if I say that Seattle never stops raining, everyone fucking jerks themselves off onto their keyboards and blames me for it. And I'm like, excuse me, what? There's so many fucking places in the world that are like cold and rainy. I can hate Seattle. Go to England. Fuck. Dude. Gone.
There was a hole
Nocturne.
in the dump. That sounds much safer than walking in via the front gate.
Any single time. Oh, I got points. Any single time that I've ever RP'd with Classy Packs or Katie Peters plays, it's a constant. My ears are just perked 24/7. It's almost exhausting because I'm like, is that my name? Am I Katie this time? Or am I Kate? Nope, I'm CK. I'm CK. Remember, you're CK. Like, we've discussed this. I agreed to be CK, and I still forget it. And I have like a moment where I'm like, who are they talking to? What's happening? Not me. I'm not Katie. Okay, I'm CK. Classy? What? No, not me. Okay. It's a nightmare, personally. It's fine. Level up! Okay. Talking to people makes them trust you. Silent. Hear footsteps. I'm gonna do more silent at disarming. Yeah, I want that. So he wants me to go around to like a back door or something? Is that, what's up? Is that? I mean, I don't see a problem. We sneaky. Let's go. Brad. Oh yeah, Brad Wodo. There's so many common names. Like, we all have such... Anybody around my age, I feel like we all got stuck with names that, like, no one... Welcome to the dump. Same, though. I don't know. We all got stuck with really generic names like Katie, Sarah, Jessica, Jennifer, Brad, Bradley, Brandon. Or maybe they're only generic because there were so many of us, or still is so many of us. Yep, all generations exactly. My mom, she actually thinks it's hilarious. It is pretty funny. She quite literally thought... Oh, okay. Nope. She literally thought my name was not common that year. And then, like, a couple months after she had me, realized that it was literally the 5th most common name in 1988. She felt horrible. But I got it anyways.
You get down from that tree before I chop it down.
Do you know why they're registering us?
The Germans love their lists, that's all.
They're taking us away on a train to Germany. You know about it, don't you?
Who told you that? It's ridiculous.
Oh, you all know about it, just
Oh.
not the kids.
He's pissed.
Look, they've got cows there. It's not going to be powdered milk. They might even have chocolate.
Oh, chocolate makes it all better.
They've got tanks, Arthur.
There is Eclipse.
When
Oh, yeah,
notice,
you can look it up. There's usually a
how are we supposed
map.
to argue with tanks?
I don't want to go to Germany.
It's only for a little while, I think.
I don't
No
want
shit,
to be
Mickey.
a hostage.
Calm down. Let's have some tea.
Oh, right, I'll come down.
You know, to be fair, I do not know one child named Katie. Not one human being that I know near my age or older has named their child Katie.
I think I might
Interesting.
be stuck, actually.
Probably because literally everyone around my age has the name Katie, and we were all like, fuck that name! But I got named because it was Irish, and it was like a friend of my dad's who was murdered brutally. Not because it was common. Just, it was a ugly coincidence for my poor mom. But yeah, there's usually, you can Google it, and there's like a map that'll show you like every year and what was the most common name. I just remember around in the 80s, Jennifer, Jessica, Katie. Man, those names were rampant. I wish I had a cool name like that, Abyss. 80s Katie, what up, Hoffy? How you doing? Same though. I feel like there's a hair in my mouth all the time. Dude, I used to have a boss named Randy, but it was a girl. Also, this is probably gonna piss you off. My uncle's name is Randall, and we call him Uncle Randy, and his son's name is Randall. We call him Baby Randy. So I not only worked for a Randy that was a female, I have 2 blood-related Randalls in my family that both go by Randy, depending on who's in the room. It is kind of an old name, though. I don't know how old you are, but, like, my cousin, he's, like, probably 5 years older than me. He's in his 40s. And his dad's obviously, like, from the 50s, but you're 28? Oh, shit, you just got an old name. Yeah, I don't know anyone young named Randy. My sister's in the 80s, Katie. We're everywhere. Dude, get this. This is, like, the weirdest. It's just weird. I don't know why. I think it was just a weird coincidence. My graduating high school class was only like 35 kids, 35 to 38 kids at best. And there were 4 Katies, 5 Jessicas, 4 Brandons. I just remember those were the most common. And we were just like, how? Over a half of our class has the exact same name. And it was just coincidence. Like, some of us moved to this tiny ass town. Some of us were born and raised. It was really fucking weird. So everyone had a nickname. Everyone. I went by my last name. Like, one of the Brandons went by Noodles. There was all these fucking nicknames for everybody because our parents couldn't think. I mean, how? It's like, is all the mom brains on the same sync when they name kids? I don't know what it is.
The monster mash.
Hi, Boogie.
The graveyard smash.
I don't know, Zaron. I was named because My dad's really good friend from college was like raped and murdered with her daughter. Like both of them were raped and murdered by the same dude. And he named me Katie Renee after them. And then on the flip side of that, on my mom's side of the family, Catherine is the family name, so it just worked. That's how I got Katie, but it just so happened to be super common. So maybe everyone had that fucking story. I don't know. Yep. Russell runs in the family, either a first name or a middle name since the 1900s. That's for us. It's George and Catherine. It's all over the place. They're like literally, if I trace my family tree back, there's some generations where they name like there was multiple Catherines. Like I don't know what that is. I think it was Catholic like saint names and shit. They would just repeat them depending on like what time of year you were born or something. I don't know. There's a lot of 80s Katies, Jessicas, Jennifers, Brandons. We're everywhere. And I bet we all have fucking nicknames we are not fond of. In 1964, yeah, I think my Uncle Randy, he's much older. My Uncle Randy is, I think he's like 82 now. Because he is like 8 years older than my aunt. And my aunt is 72, I believe. So I think he's like, if not 80, like 79. He's pushing it. And his son is like near my age. He's like maybe 5 or 6 years older than me. I think he's like 40, early 40s. Maybe. No, I think late 30s. Actually, I think he's like 38. But it was a family name they passed down. There's old, I actually love older names like Lisbeth and Victoria and those kind of names that like come from books and literature that are just beautiful and long. I love those names. I feel like being a Katie made me a dork just by how I'm named. This sounds like a dorky name. Here's Katie. Doesn't sound like an adult name. It sounds like a little kid. It's like literally I was given a child's name for the rest of my existence. It's kind of a bummer. Ooh, I like Ivy. Actually, I have a really, really old ancestor named Ivy. Ivy Panter. She's like a great, great grandmother of mine. Irish, super Irish. Ivy Panter. I remember that. I don't know why I remember that. I think we have a big picture of her somewhere, but she was beautiful. I like that name. I like names of flowers and things for kids. People. You know, my name was almost Joan. Or what was the other one? Jean. Those were my mom's other options. Thank God my alcoholic father got to name me after his raped, murdered friend. Because Joan and Jean are just not who I want to be. I'm cool with Katie if that was the other option. God. No offense to any of the Jones and Jeans out there. Oh, Ivy Rose is... Fuck yes. One of my good friends at Hopkins had a baby while I was working there, and she named her Lily, and I loved it. Those are good names. You know I love roses, so if you put Rose in a name anywhere, I'm going to be a big fan. I literally have roses in my middle. Yuki... Katie's a nickname, not a full name. No, I agree with you. And my mom's logic was, why would I put Catherine on your birth certificate if I'm never going to call you Catherine? And I was like, okay, I get it. But I also agree with you. It's a nickname, and it sounds like a kitty name. It's like Kathy, Katie, Jakey, little Junie, little Molly. Like, it's little child names. And I firmly believe it was my mom's hope in keeping me like a fetus the rest of my life or something. I don't know. What up, Game Share? How you doing, Honeybean? I want to use one of these fucking arrows, dude. I don't know if they're trank darts. Should I maybe look at that? Are they trank darts? What are they? I don't know. Oh. A rubbish weapon, unless you coat it with something fun. Oh, Riri. Looks like it's a crafting thing eventually, so I'm not going to use those. JK. Oh. The double plus wood. Don't mind if I do, Daddy. Just kidding. That's gross. Y'all are sick. I love the name Sarah, though. That's my little sister's name without the H. I actually really like that name, and I don't know why. My wife is Allie and not Allison. Yeah. Strawberry Poke. Oh, I love Pocky. My sister's middle name is Kathleen. I've never heard my mom say it, ever. When she was in trouble, it was Mary Kate. Really? Oh, I get Katie Renee when I'm in trouble. Katie Renee. In the, like, literally, that tone. Katie Renee. And if I'm really not listening, Catherine. I'm like, ah! They used the family curse on me. I know I'm in trouble. Katie Renee. I hate it. Ooh. Sends chills down my spine. Oh my god. Glenny, that's kind of cool. Cool fact about my name, equally, well, not as cool as that. Each of my names, my first, middle, and last, are all 5 letters. 555. I guess my dad was obsessed with the numbers, the 5s. I don't know why. He was, I almost wonder if he was like autistic, my biological father. He was very much into space and astrophysics, and he loved reading like Stephen Hawking's and shit like that, like for fun. He was one of those dudes. Sometimes I wonder. I don't know for facts. He's dead, but I wonder. I hate you so much, LZT. Why are you like this? Legume? You mean Lima or whatever? What's a bad nickname you hate? You're in the deep shit. Uh-huh. Katie Renee. Blah, blah, blah. Ooh, I love the name Victoria. Yep. I don't like Vicky, but I like Victoria. But again, if I named my child Victoria, I would insist on calling them Victoria. Unless they requested as... If they were like, I am not Victoria, I'd be like, okay, cool. But I would be like, I mean, I named you this because I thought the name was beautiful. Unless you choose a nickname, I'm going to call you your name. You know, barring like a gender misidentity or something. I'm not going to cruelly force my child to go by Victoria. I think that goes without saying. I hope that goes without saying. Rotang, welcome to my channel. Thank you for the follow. Bad nickname I hated growing up was Booger Bear, especially in public. Kind of embarrassing. I didn't really have any nickname growing up. Katester. Kate. Most of my immediate family actually calls me Kate. My dad calls me Kate. Katester. What's going on, Katester? And then punches me in the stomach. I don't think I ever really had a nickname from any of my family at all, other than Classy. That wasn't really a nickname. It was just like something they would say when I would burp and fart and be rude. Not fart. Who am I kidding? I don't fart. I wish.
Guard duty again.
They insisted on calling you Christine?
If it moves, salute it.
Wait. Your first T, I can't with that. What? How is that? I can't. Like, I've never insisted on calling someone something that's not their name. My dad insisted I not be a junior, so my middle name is my mom's brother that was killed in action in Vietnam. Oh, that's actually really sweet, though. My big sister taught her friends call me Panties. Schism. I have an aunt who, no shit, her nickname my entire life and to this day is Aunt Poopy. Because she's a twin, and when she was born, I guess she was the size of a poop. And that stuck until she's in her 70s. Aunt Poopy. That poor creature. My nickname's Momo. I thought it was fairly unique until I met other people with the same name who have the same nickname. Morgan. Morgan's a beautiful name, but I think Momo's really cute. Momo's actually a character in Avatar, which makes it so much cooler. My mom called me sis growing up. Aw. When she started working on my pronouns, she got sentimentally sad when she realized she can't call me sis anymore. I told her, I really like when you call me sis, so you can keep used to it. Yeah, the connotation, it could be like sisters, you know? Like Eliza uses it, like, sup sisters? Not less necessarily like gendered, more like, what up, bitches? Yeah, that's sweet, though. That was sweet of you. I tell people it's not my name. They don't listen. I ignore it. Yeah, I just won't, I wouldn't respond. I'd be like, no, fuck off. That's not my name. I just wouldn't answer. Yeah, I'm the same. That's just disrespectful. That's just as disrespectful as, that's just as disrespectful, if not a little bit less, than just completely disregarding someone's pronouns. Like if Mel was like, hey, I'd like to be a they, and I was like, he, and they were like, you know, I would really appreciate if you respected that I'm a they. He. You know what I mean? That's a blatant disregard. That's like, yo, my name's Katie. I'm gonna call you Cat. Ooh, could you not? My name's Katie. All right, Cat. I'm probably not gonna answer to that. That being said, if you meow and purr at me, there's a chance that the hairs on the back of my neck will go up and I might touch you, but not in COVID season. That's just so weird. That's just self-justifying and weird. My dad calls me kid. What's going on, kid? I get that a lot. I started calling my mom by her given name instead of mom when I wanted her to stop calling me a nickname. Ooh, it wouldn't really work for me. My mom is like really deaf. She's like almost completely deaf in one ear and consistently forgets to wear her hearing aid, which that's her choice, whatever. But she also gets extremely frustrated that when we talk to her, she has to say what constantly, and we have to like borderline scream to get her to hear us. So many a time I have had to say her Christian name to get her attention when she's very close to me, because mom is just, it's like, I think it's like the low tone of mom, or whatever it is, or maybe it's my voice. Even her hearing aid has a hard time picking up low tones. Sucks, man. But she also needs to get a fucking new hearing aid. Jesus. Mom. I don't know what it is. She can't hear me. Or she chooses not to and she likes to be yelled at instead because I have to yell sometimes. And she gets really mad at me. It's just a cycle. What up, Cake? How you doing, honey bean? I had a parent insist on their child call me Mr. than my last name, despite that not being used here anymore. That's very strange. You know, I had some neighbors that were really respectful, actually. They were East Indian and Muslim, and in their culture, the kids call basically every single woman in the family auntie, and they had two children, and when they both started to talk, they started to call me Auntie Katie, and their parents like actually approached me and were like, hey, just so you know, as long as this is cool, it's kind of just like he recognizes you as part of the family. And I was like, oh, I'm totally cool with it, but thanks for asking. I really appreciated that. It was nice. Some people are, thoughtful. My old middle name used to be Elizabeth after my grandma. When I transitioned, my mom was super sad about me changing my middle name, so it's Eli now. I was literally going to ask you, did you go with one? Oh. Nadie, I think that's a really beautiful way to do it. My mom kind of got her name that way. So